Hello, it's Lorraine. Welcome back to my channel and thanks for popping by. So, I've been doing a little bit of a series on my process for this shabby vintage journal, and today I was going to come back and do another little bit of a process video, but there was so little left to do, it didn't seem cost time effective. So I just cracked on with the work and we'll go through the flip through. So this journal isn't for sale. It's a commission one that somebody's asked me to make. So it's already got a home to go to. And I didn't measure it, I think it's about 8.5 by 5.5. It's got a 1-inch spine, 2 signatures stitched in, and it's got a variety of digital papers, vintage ephemera and stuff from my stash. As I go through, I'll try and remember where things are from, which websites and things they're from, but I am terrible at trying to remember things, so forgive me if I can't quite remember. So it's on a card outer, and it's done with digital papers, and it's been stitched around the edge. It's a loose fastening. I've just used this, it's a satin ribbon rope, and I've just used that to tie it closed. And on the front I've used this vintage picture. This one is a freebie from ArtyMaze, from Andrea at ArtyMaze, and she very generously gives out lots of her images. So this is one of Andrea's. I have cropped it a little bit to fit on the front. I've backed it with the pink cardstock that I've used here for the spine. I put this on just to strengthen the spine a little bit, because as it got heavier the spine was not quite strong enough. So I've put lace underneath her, she's got some lace. The paper on the front of the cover is from Antique Papierie, and I can't remember, it's either French collection or Victoria. Sorry, I can't remember the names of them, but it's from Antique Papierie. And what I've done, I've put some lace here, some dangly lace trim, and then I've put this die cut heart with a memories tag on top. I've put some flat back pearls on the front of it, and just to give it a little bit of definition, or just something a little bit different, I've put this this coloured eyelash trim on that I dyed using, this one I dyed using food colouring. It's just a white eyelash trim, and I've dyed it. On the spine I've put some cotton lace trim, crocheted lace trim, and it's just got one little dangly. I might add something else to this yet, but it's just got a little pearl dangly thing here. So on the inside cover is an altered envelope, and this tuition I followed from Angela Kerr, who's done a series on altered envelopes, and they're fantastic videos to watch, and she's such a lovely lady and so easy to listen to. So this is one of Angela's designs that I've done, and it's got a little pocket here at the base with 2 tags and a small journal card in there. It's got some gauze ribbon on here with a little cluster, floral cluster with things, some little banners with blinged up butterflies on. It's got some crocheted lace trim with buttons that I've stitched on, and the back has a large pocket with there's a large tag in there and a little note to the person that's going to get this journal. It's sort of blended in with the note, so I've just put this altered paper clip banner on just so that you can tell that it's something that needs pulling out. This is digital paper from ArtyMaze. No, it's not ArtyMaze, forgive me, it's antique Papierie again. Here I've made, from the scraps on the papers that I've used, I made these small envelopes, and in each envelope there are some little ephemera journal cards in each one of them, and there's a variety of things from different people, and the back of the envelope is a tuck spot, and it's got this postcard, vintage postcard, and then the front here has got a tuck spot. Here I've made a little envelope from offcuts of the paper, and I've just clipped it onto the edge of the page using just a paper clip that I've attached some more eyelash trim that I've dyed, and inside is just a little tag, journaling tag inside of there. Going back in, you came out. There we go. And the flap from the envelope makes a tuck spot, and there's this little piece of ephemera just tucked behind there. Sorry, I can't remember where I got that from. Some more digital paper, that's from ArtyMaze. This paper is coffee stained, and then I've spritzed it with food colouring to give it this effect. Here I've made a simple pocket, and inside of the pocket is a little notebook that I made. Can't remember where this is from, sorry. And another altered paper clip with one of the banners. Some more ArtyMaze papers, and here we've got two pockets, a small one at the front, and it's just got some tiny little banners in that can be used as journal cards. A vintage image that again is from ArtyMaze. On this envelope, I copied this. Somebody sent me one of these in my journal, and I copied it. And inside, I've just put using scraps of paper, just a little notebook. So again, plenty of journaling space inside of this journal. Crochet lace trim edge on that page, and there's a little dangly there, and little dangly bells there. And this page has a belly band, and just tucked behind the belly band is some note paper for journaling. Again, some food coloured dyed paper. Some stenciling on this page, and the centre of the first signature I've put these two corner tuck spots in there, and a large journal cabinet card there, and one of my tags that I've made, I've just stenciled and collaged the butterfly on, and it's got a little crocheted lace butterfly on there. And again, the same cabinet card tucked behind there, and a little vintage card, journaling card in there. Some more stenciling and spritzing. If you didn't watch the videos that I've made, this paper, what I did, I have it's similar to this like fretwork. It's a a mat, one of those rubberised mats to stop you slipping on a tray, and I just laid it over the papers and spritzed on top of it, so it came up with the detail from the mat. I think it looks really nice. I think you can see it better in the window. So again, some more stenciling, some more ArtyMaze paper, and here's a corner tuck spot with a little pocket on the front using a ticket, and some more antique ephemera that I've just tucked behind there. Here I've just stuck that on just to give that page a little bit of detail. It looked a bit bland. I know it's for journaling, but it just looked a little bit lonely, so I just wanted something on just to add to it. Here we have a tuck spot on the edge of this page, and behind it is one of the vintage photographs from Andrea again. Here, this, I don't know where I got this from. I think it might have been a Pinterest. I'm not 100% sure. And I've just trimmed it up with some cotton lace. And inside of that little tuck are two, well, it can be a bookmark or it can be a journal card. Again with the crocheted butterfly. And this was, I just made this from offcuts of some of the card and put some of the eyelash trim on there. Some more stenciling. You can see the detail a little better on there from that mat when I spritzed, and that's just with coffee. I just sprayed it with coffee. This page is coffee dyed and spritzed as well with the food colouring, and I've just edged the paper with the pink lace trim, and it's just got a little leaf dangler on the edge of there. Some more stenciling and stamping. This vintage tag I've turned into a pocket. This is another freebie from Andrea at ArtyMaze, and inside is a ticket and a little tag that's from My Porch Prints, and again edged with crochet lace trim. The second signature, that looks lovely, that spritzing over that mat. I will use that technique again. Here I've used some of the tags, tickets from Andrea from ArtyMaze, and inside are just two little journal cards. And I've just put this on, Believe in Yourself. This came as a freebie with a whole load of other things on one sheet from Happiness in Crafting, a group on Facebook, and I love a lady called Kerr, and she gives away a freebie every Friday, and that was included on one of the freebies. Here is a vintage postcard that I've used as a pocket. I've just edged it with some crochet lace trim, and inside are two tags. This one I've just collaged a little bit of digital paper on there, and again coloured eyelash trim. My hands were as a joy the day I did the colouring. They were all colours, took about a day to come off. Again, some of the blue crocheted lace trim, some more stamping with just a text stamp. Again, this is a freebie from Andrea from ArtyMaze, a free kit, not just one paper, a free kit. This is how generous she is. Here's a little pocket with a little blingy heart on and a couple of little tabs inside there for journaling, and some more stamping. Here another large tuck spot, and I've just collaged this little cluster. It's just a die cut circle that I've stamped on. I've attached a little tab saying awaken. There's some lace underneath the butterfly, and I've put some bling on the butterfly just to lift it a little. And inside are two tags and also some more journaling paper. I liked the tags in there because the eyelash trim just sticks out. It's nice. Again, some more stamping. Here I've made a corner tuck spot out of a tag. The tag is from my porch prints, and I've just collaged a little, I think it's a carnation or a peony, I can't decide, and I coordinated some of the eyelash trim colour to match. And behind is a little journal tag, and that's another ArtyMaze. This is one of ArtyMaze's digital kits, and on this page I made this envelope. It's like a seed packet envelope out of some cardstock that I had, and that was the only thing on this page. But then when I kept looking at it, I didn't like it, so what I've done, I've put this little tab over it, my porch prints I think that, and turned that into a pocket, and inside are just some of ArtyMaze's tickets, a little heart, I think that's from Happiness in Crafting, one of her Friday freebies, and I've just put some little stickle things on there, and this little nameplate, bloom where you planted. And in the top of the envelope that I made, there's a little library card and a vintage perfume bottle. These come from Victoria Designs, and I wouldn't normally include them in my journals because they're for personal use only, but because this is a gift, it's not for sale, I'm using it. So I've got some more stamping on there. Again, some of the food coloured papers. Here I've made another envelope out of some of the digital paper. I've just attached a little banner with a paper clip on there so you can tuck things behind if you want to. It's attached at the other side, so it just flips out, does the envelope, so you've got the page for journaling, and then you've got a couple of journal cards just tucked inside of the envelope. So I'll just put that back on there. There we go. And on the other side it makes a tuck spot, and here is a lovely vintage lady, and I'm not sure, sorry, where she comes from. She's very pretty, very colourful. And I've just trimmed this journal card up with some crochet lace trim and flat back pearls on the top of there. Another large tuck spot, and this is again one of Andrea's kits. This is from Dragonfly Dreams, and I've just turned this into a pocket. I've put a little tab on there, and there's a little journal tag on there with one of the banners from Andrea's kits, and again some journal note paper. Some stenciling at the edge of that page as well. Again, crocheted lace trim on that paper. And on the back, this is something that I made from an index card, and I used up the scraps from the kits when I'm making journals and things, all the little ends, the little scraps that are left over. I try not to throw them away, and I just collage them every now and again. So I've collaged onto the index card and made a little pocket on this page, and inside of there is a large tag, and I've collaged sorry, I can't remember where this is from. I fancy it's one of Andrea's, one of ArtyMaze's kits again, with the hydrangea. Lovely. A lovely little journal card, left blank on the back for writing, and another one of the My Porch Prints tags. and I've just attached some crocheted lace trim and some vintage buttons on that tag. In fact, I'm going to turn it that way, then you can see the button. I think these are just journal cards. Yeah, I've just stamped on this one. Again, some of the coffee stained and food colour spritzed papers, and I've stamped on there. And on the edge of there is this bobble trim that I've glued on. This page is a double pocket that I've made using different things, different ephemera and different papers. So you've got this front pocket, and inside are 2 journal cards inside of there, and at the back another pocket and one of the vintage ladies from Andrea from ArtyMaze, and one of my tags that I've made, and I've just stamped it. There's some crochet lace trim and some embroidery thread just attached at the top there. This is a little cluster that I've made using some hessian, some fabric, lace, and stitched on 2 vintage buttons on there. Again, stamping and stenciling. This paper, again, it was a bit plain, so I wanted something on it, so I've glued on one of Andrea's tickets, and it just matches it. This is one of Andrea ArtyMaze's digital papers as well, so I just thought it went well together, just married them together. Again, some more stamping, and on this page I made a small envelope with some leftover digital paper, and I've just used this as a little tuck so that you can tuck the envelope flat behind it. Inside is just some journal paper, just some pieces of paper, and that just keeps the flap in place. Inside is another one of the little notebooks that I made, handy for inside your purse or your handbag. And then I made this large tag using up again scraps of paper from the digital kits, and inside I just tucked in this little journal card, and this is from this paper's antique Papierie as well. So there's lots and lots and lots of places where you can journal inside of here. And the back page, I've made a double pocket. This front pocket I've used a book page, and then I've stitched on one of the images from Shabbydabbydooda, her kit Nostalgia. I stitched on this it's like a journal card, I guess, and I've distressed inked it with vintage photo, and then I fussy cut one of the dragonflies from Andrea's kit and put that on there. I just liked the way that looked. Inside of there, again, I've used one of the perfume bottles, and there's a little journal card inside there, and in the back a journal card. I've stenciled on there as well to try and bring some of the colour from here onto this page, and a birdcage tag with again eyelash trim and some that needs sticking with some I'll leave that out there, and a little bit of bling on there. So that's the journal that somebody asked me to make for them, and it's going to be for a gift, so I think that's a lovely gift for somebody, and I just hope that she really likes it. I've really enjoyed making it. It's very pretty, the colours are lovely, and I hope you like it. I would value some feedback, you know, if you're watching this video. I always like to hear from you, and I'm ever so thankful that you're supporting me by watching the videos, and